Hello everyone, welcome back. I hope you guys are doing fine. Now let's continue with our next SQL question. So this is generate all possible team matches without duplicates. So we have a table called teams which has a column team name, and we are asked to write a SQL query to generate all the possible unique match combinations between the teams. So there are some rules. A team should not play against itself. So that's very obvious. It should not be India versus India or Australia versus Australia, right? Second, duplicate match combination should not be included. That means duplicates are India versus Australia, Australia versus India. These are the same thing. So those should not be included. We have to return the tables with the following two columns, team 1, team 2. So let's look at the example. So this is the T input. We have India, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa. Then we have the output. So these are the unique combination. There are total 6 combinations for the result. So let's see how we can solve this. So the first thing that comes to your mind would be, can't we do a cross join, right? Cross join would give me a Cartesian result. That means for Australia all the combination, India all the combination, New Zealand and South Africa all the combination. So let me write that. Here I'll say teams as A, comma teams as or teams B, right? We have two tables. Now I'll say A dot team underscore name, A dot team underscore name. This will be my team 1. Then I'll say B dot team underscore name, which will be my team 2, right? Now when I run this, I will get how many? 4 into 4, 16 rows. So in this, what was the first rule? We have to remove the duplicates. So Australia, South Africa, and even India, all those need to be gone. So for that, what I would write is where A dot team underscore name is not equal to B dot team underscore name, right? So this will remove the records and we'll get 12 rows. But we have still the logical duplicates, which are the India versus Australia or Australia versus India, right? So how do we remove this? So to remove this, can just give the greater or less than, or we can do a string comparison, right? We have to compare the string based on the ASCII value, or it is called as lexicographical string comparison. So whenever we use a greater than or less than, what SQL engine will do it will check each team 1 and team 2, the each character one by one. It will check the lexicographic order. For example, I is there, I will be compared with A. Whichever value is lesser or greater, based on what condition you give, it will be that row will be displayed. So for example, let me just say greater than, right? So if I say greater than, now the records have been removed, the duplicate records that were there, that have been removed. So how this works is, so if I scroll a bit down, I have written here. So how the string compares is, for each character, so it will check. So in this case, all our teams are starting with different alphabet, right? So in that case, there is no need to go to the second character. Otherwise, what SQL engine will do, you'll first check this first character. If this is same with the, let's say here one more team was there with starting with A, it will check the second character, right? It will check the second character, and if again those are same, then it will go to the third character. So that will happen until either one of the string is completed or the difference is found. So if the string is smaller, then that will be considered as the smallest string, right? So we have here the ASCII values of A, I, N and S. So A is 65, I is 73, N is 78, S is 83. So we can say Australia is smaller than India, India is smaller than New Zealand, New Zealand is smaller than South Africa. So whenever I say, let me, what I'll do is I'll just do this equal to back. Let me change this back to equal to and run this. Okay, so not equal to, not equal to, it will be. So whenever I say greater than, that means team A should be greater than team B. That means if I go back to my chart over here, let's say India versus Australia. So obviously India is highest, right? 73 is greater than 65. So we will have this record in the result. So if I run this again with greater than, we will have India versus Australia, right? The other way around, if I do lesser than, then I will get Australia versus India. So this is how the comparison will behave, right? So this is the solution. It's very simple, but people get confused. So this is it. I hope you like it. See you in the next one.